Hello everyone, I am making this video. I just actually recently uploaded a different one, but I felt like making another one because I haven't made one in forever. So I am making this one. This is pretty much going to be, if anyone's ever been wondering, an explanation of Silent Hill 2. And what things represent, and if some things confuse people, and, hang on a sec. So anyway, yeah, I'm back. It's pretty much going to be, explaining what things mean. So let's begin. The story is that James Sunderland is the protagonist, and his wife Mary died years back from a sickness, although it's actually James who killed her. It was partially out of not wanting to see her suffer, and partially out of self-pity, because he wanted to get on with his life, and she was slowing him down, I guess, as he would say. I really don't see that, but whatever. It's his story. And all the monsters represent, James's inner emotions. Like, the mannequins. They represent James's, sexual repression, his sexual feelings towards his wife that were all the time. How he kind of thought of her only for her body sometimes. You'll notice this because if you look at a mannequin monster, then you'll notice it's just the bottom half of a woman. It's two bottom halves, like legs and that area. Two torsos, pretty much. And like the straight jacket things that spit the acid stuff at you represent self-containment, like being wrapped up in your own emotions and not being able to get them out. The mandarins, which I'm not sure a lot of people know about, are creatures that hang on the bottom side of the grates and get you with those little tentacle things. They represent hanging on to dear life and hanging on to memories past. Big one is Pyramid Head. There's a lot of people on the internet I've seen who are unsure exactly about what he's supposed to mean. From what I can gather, Pyramid Head is supposed to resemble James. And Pyramid Head represents James's violent side and sexual violence side. You can tell this because it's off. A Pyramid Head is seen raping two mannequins, and it's not really that big of a deal. They're porcelain statues, but whatever. And it's supposed to represent his self-containment, hence the pyramid helmet, and his violent side. And Maria, it represents Mary, and what he wanted to see Mary as. Sorry, computer almost fell asleep. Represents what James liked about Mary. Notice that Mary is slutty. She talks in a very seductive tone. She has very skimpy clothing. And she's a pole dancer, red light. But she represents what James wanted to see of Mary. Nothing else. It's kind of sad, but sorry about that. Pyramid Head, you keep seeing Pyramid Head kill her to remind James of the fact that it was him who killed Mary. Because Pyramid Head represents James and Maria represents Mary. Pyramid Head killing Maria, James killing Mary. That's what that means. And it turns out, there's other people there. Angela Orozco is there because she killed her father, because her father was sexually abusive. There's actually a monster based off of him called the Abstract Daddy, which is actually, if you look closely enough, it's a man hunched over a child's bed, which is creepy. And, there's other things too. The nurses represent, the nurses of the hospital when Mary was in the hospital. James went to visit her, and how he didn't like to see the nurses because they had depressed him. But, got the Simpsons shirt on. But all the monsters are supposed to represent James's inner emotions. So pretty much that's a representation of all the monsters. Silent Hill, from what I can gather, is a place where people who have killed someone go. At least in Silent Hill 2, that's the case. James killed his wife, Angela killed her father, and Eddie Dombrowski killed a number of people. Laura's innocent. She's just there to as part of James' lesson because Laura is a girl who shared a cell, not a cell, a hospital room with Mary, and they kind of became attached to each other. That's why Laura doesn't really trust James much. But, I mean, so everything pretty much represents things. I mean, it's really interesting if you really look into it. A lot of people dislike the game because they think it's boring, because a lot of people are too close-minded to really realize what things mean. But, I mean, so yeah, that's pretty much Silent Hill 2 in a nutshell. I mean, you can get a multitude of endings, which I will not spoil for you. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.